Alex Mardaugh, age 54, is the disgraced heir of a South Carolina legal dynasty that was once prominent in the state. He is accused of killing his youngest son, Paul, who was 22 then, and his wife Maggie, who was 52 then, in June of 2021. Since their killings, he has been accused of being involved in other unsolved deaths in the local community, which led to his criminal charges. He was also charged with a failed murder-suicide attempt in September of 2021. The prosecution claims that he paid a former customer named Curtis Edward Smith to kill him so his older son Buster could get a life insurance payout worth $10 million. Prosecutors from the state argued that Alex killed his son and wife because he worried his decades-long corruption schemes would be uncovered and the rising debts he owed. In December, South Carolina Attorney General Alan Wilson revealed a new indictment against Alex, charging him 9 tax evasion charges for failing to declare a total of $6,954,639 in illegally earned income between 2011 and 2019. Alex is being held without the possibility of a bond, and his assets, both financial and otherwise, have been seized. In June 10, 2021, Alex Mardaugh was interviewed by police, and he cried when asked about discovering his wife and son dead from gunshot wounds. It is possible to hear an investigator saying to Alex, "I know you saw a horrible picture. I know it's not easy. I know it's hard," as Alex tears uncontrollably.
And I could see his brain on his...
Mardaugh appears to be saying through sobs, "It's just so horrible. I did him so bad."
I knew it was really bad.
Creighton Waters, the prosecutor, interrupted the video to question the SLED agent and witness Jeff Croft about Alex's statement. The agent kept saying, "I did him so poorly, it's just so bad." From the defense table, Alex seemed to mouth, "I didn't say that." None of his lawyers raised any concerns. After hearing this baffling statement, SLED investigators did not press for clarification. Croft had earlier questioned Alex on his timeline for the evening of the murders. The agent inquired, "So the last time you saw Paul and Maggie was at dinner?" "Yes, sir," Alex said in response to the question. Waters stated in opening comments that Alex and Maggie Murdaugh's voices can be heard on a cell phone video that Paul Mardaugh filmed at the dog kennels at 8:44 p.m.
Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth!
Bubba. Hey, Bubba.
That's a guinea!
The crucial video has yet to be shown in court by the prosecution. It was around 8:50 p.m., and the mother and son's phones died. The date is June 14, 2021. According to the coroner, both Margaret, Maggie, and Paul died from several gunshot wounds between 9 and 9:30 p.m. On Monday, Dick Harpootlian speculated that 2 gunmen were responsible for shooting and killing Paul and Maggie in South Carolina. Harpootlian questioned Melinda Worley, the special agent in charge of collecting evidence at the crime scene, extensively regarding her bullet trajectory analysis during cross-examination. Prosecutors insist Alex was the lone gunman, despite evidence suggesting Alex also shot Paul and Maggie with a shotgun. Maybe there were 2 shooters, Harpootlian speculated. She responded, "It showed there was movement," implying that the lone gunman may have shifted positions. Movement might account for it, or maybe there were 2 shooters. Upon being pressed, Harpootlian pressed on. Nervously, Worley responded, "Not the only one," though he did concede that there could have been just one shooter.
Would be 2 shooters. I'm sorry? Yes. I wasn't there. No. But one explanation.
Mardaugh was rushed to Memorial Health University Medical Center in Savannah, Georgia, on September 5, 2021, with what authorities call a superficial head wound. On September 14, 2021, new information about the shooting on the highway has been released by authorities. Mardaugh allegedly hired a hitman to assassinate him so that his eldest son, Buster, could cash in on a $10 million life insurance policy. Curtis Edward Smith, 61, was arrested on many accounts, including aiding suicide, aggravated assault and battery, pointing and displaying a firearm, insurance fraud, and conspiracy to commit insurance fraud. On September 15, 2021, an attorney for Mardaugh named Richard Harpootlian stated on the NBC show Today that his client was depressed and trying to kick his opioid addiction after his wife and son died.
He was not taking any of them, was in a massive depression, realized that things were going to get very, very, very bad.
Harpootlian was speaking on behalf of Mardaugh. Harpootlian claims that Mardaugh hired a man to murder him during a fake automobile breakdown.
Agreed to shoot him in the head and this fake car breakdown.
Because he was under the impression that the suicide clause was included in his insurance policy. Meanwhile, state authorities have made public their decision to launch a criminal inquiry into the murder of Gloria Satterfield, who had worked as a maid for the Mardaugh family for many years. She passed away in 2018 due to an incident at the family home called a trip and fall accident. The judgment was made after being presented with a request from the coroner of Hampton County and facts acquired during an inquiry of Mardaugh conducted separately. When Mardaugh is arrested for insurance fraud, conspiracy to conduct insurance fraud, and filing a fake police report on September 16, 2021, he turns himself in. The judge releases him on bond and requires him to turn in his passport, but he is allowed to return to drug treatment. Mardaugh was taken into custody in Florida on October 14, 2021, just days after he left a drug treatment center. After an inquiry into the disappearance of millions of dollars from a settlement regarding the death of Satterfield, the authorities have charged him with 2 felony counts of obtaining property by false pretenses. Her heirs claim that a $4.3 million deal, arranged in secrecy by Mardaugh, left them with nothing. Smith, in the meantime, has made an appearance on a show to deny involvement in Murdaugh's September shooting. According to Smith, Mardaugh was armed and appeared to be about to shoot himself, so he stepped in to prevent it. A shot was taken. Smith claimed he left after determining Mardaugh was safe. On November 19, 2021, the state announced new indictments against Mardaugh totaling 27 counts, including breach of trust with fraudulent intent, fraud, money laundering, cybercrimes, and forgery. Murdaugh's total charges concerning alleged schemes to defraud victims and, after that, launder nearly $4.9 million. Additional charges, including 9 counts of breach of trust with fraudulent intent, 7 counts of computer crimes, 4 counts of money laundering, and 1 case of forgery, were announced by the Attorney General on December 9, 2021. There are a total of 48 charges against Mardaugh. Prosecutors claim that the deaths include people with whom the defendant was acquainted, an undocumented immigrant, a guy who was killed in a car crash. Mardaugh received a $7 million bail on December 13, 2021. Mardaugh tells the court for the first time in months that he attempted suicide in September due to opiate withdrawal while in Richland County Jail. "My head is on straighter," Mardaugh added. "I want to address these claims maturely and directly." The mother-daughter Mallory Beach, 19, who died in a boat tragedy in 2019, sues Margaret and Paul Mardaugh on January 24, 2022. Investigators stated Murdaugh's boat, which contained 6 underage drinkers, was steered by Paul. When the boat hit a bridge piling, the 18 to 20-year-old passengers were thrown. 2 survivors joined the Beach family's lawsuit to seek accident compensation. Similar litigation is pending. Mardaugh was indicted on 4 fresh counts of insurance fraud on March 16, 2022 by a grand jury. Fleming's lawyer calls him yet another casualty of Alex Murdaugh's host of misdeeds. On July 14, 2022, Mardaugh was indicted by a grand jury for the murders of Margaret and Paul. Authorities believe they have cell phone video that contradicts a previous timeline of events supplied on the day of the killings and places Mardaugh at the scene of the slayings soon before they occurred, according to 2 sources close to the inquiry. Lawyers for Mardaugh stated in a statement, "It was quite evident from day one that law enforcement and the Attorney General hastily determined that Alex was culpable for the murder of his wife and children. There was absolutely no reason for Alex to kill them, and we know this." On August 19, 2022, Mardaugh faces 9 additional charges from the grand jury, including computer or money laundering offenses. According to the incident, Mardaugh stole from his company in late 2020 and early 2021. In 2017 and 2018, he took advantage of an error by his firm's accounting office, which improperly repaid a loan by sending $121,358 to him. This money should have gone to his brother. Randy Mardaugh, Murdaugh's brother, is also a partner in the business and has not been accused of any wrongdoing. At a pretrial hearing on December 9, 2022, state prosecutors said that they believe Mardaugh murdered his wife and son to avoid accountability for a series of financial misdeeds. Defense attorneys for Mardaugh said he had no reason to throw himself in the heart of a murder inquiry after shifting a financial investigation away from himself to avoid attention. Mardaugh is charged with 9 counts of tax evasion after a grand jury found that, over 9 years, he earned nearly $14 million but only paid back $487,000. This fresh indictment brings the total number of allegations against Mardaugh connected to money and finance to over 100 as of December 16th. On January 23, 2023, the jury in Mr. Mardaugh's trial for homicide began deliberating. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates about this case.